Welcome to Wide Open Adventures. Whew. I tell you what, I was a little bit late, but I got a good reason for being late. Mom made brown beans and fried potatoes with corn, so some pork chops, and she said some cornbread. So I was enjoying and eating. Looks like Jessie is away from her keyboard right now. It appears Jessie has left the building. She hit the ejection button, Scott. I'm going to bring Scott on.
Good.
Jessie hit the ejection button.
What we gonna do now?
Well,
How are we ever gonna make it?
I could put her address out for everybody, I guess.
Well, yeah, they could send her a letter.
Yeah, we could doxy her. We could tell
Yeah.
them where she works and the address and the phone number.
Yeah, I've been out there shoveling about 8 inches of snow. I'm about wore out and I ain't even started. I'm gonna be working all night trying to get everything out.
Y'all
Now-
must be getting part of what we got.
Yeah, it's getting right now we're getting ice and freezing rain, so hoping the power lines don't break.
We're having that issue right now. We're losing power in our area. Yeah, they just done a thing on the news, and a lot of places have lost power around us right now. We're getting like a light freezing rain.
Yeah,
I would rather have snow.
yeah. Snow any day.
Looks like we got Pam in here moderating tonight. Good to have her back. Glad she's feeling better.
Hello, Pam.
I've got
Hello, everybody.
I got the
Sorry.
cold or whatever it is going around. Either got it from Kaylee or Sarah. I'm not sure which one. So I'm going to blame them both.
Well, Minnesota and Lions are playing right now, so I'm sort of trying to watch. Minnesota, my team.
Go for the Vikings.
Cheeseheads, you're out.
The Cheeseheads are out.
Cheeseheads are out.
The Cheeseheads are out. That looks like the Cheesehead's back. One of them. Let's go ahead and throw this Cheesehead in there.
Hello. What'd I miss?
You missed that we gave out your address to everybody to send you a letter for not being here so they could talk to you.
Oh, okay. Sounds
And
good.
we were talking about how good Minnesota is and Cheeseheads are out.
Scott.
The Cheeseheads are gone, and the Vikings.
Vikings and Lions are playing right now. Two number one teams.
Little red button here.
So
Oh
do
my
we know who's going to the Super Bowl?
Packers.
Yeah, they're going there to watch. They're going there to watch the game in New Orleans.
I'd like to go to New Orleans. That'd be nice.
Yeah, they even might have cheerleader outfits on.
Usually, if the Packers do go to the Super Bowl, they do have cheerleaders.
I think most of them do. I'm not sure.
Well,
but I think most teams have cheerleaders.
Green Bay does not actually have cheerleaders.
They just have blocks of cheese with legs.
Yep.
And arms.
Yep.
Do they squeak when they dance?
Well, they better, otherwise they're not real cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that dance called the wedge.
That's what I'm waiting on Jesse to do, is send me my cheese platter. I'm sick, Jesse. I
I'm
got a
telling you.
cold. Don't you feel sorry for me?
No.
Yeah, my daughter literally sent me 2 blocks of cheese, Wisconsin cheese, so I could try some good cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Is it better than ours?
I haven't tried it yet. She just gave it to me the other day.
Yeah,
2
Wisconsin cheese is the best.
a turkey log, a beef log, and then 2 different cheeses. I think white cheddar and cheddar, mild cheddar.
Wow.
Was the beef log, was it Usingers?
I would have to go get it to find out. I can't remember. They're just small logs. They're not real big. They're probably about 3 inches each.
Oh, I was gonna say, because Usingers is here in Wisconsin too.
Yeah, and she kept a little miniature cleaver for herself,
Oh,
which was the neatest thing out of the whole package. had the little cleaver, looked just like a big little one with the miniaturized, and it had the little wooden handle. But
Right.
he said, "I got to keep this." I said, "All right."
I must have done something good the other day. Mom came back from town and she brought me a big old log of meat. So I love those things.
Like the summer sausage kind of log things. No.
Yeah, kind of like the bologna, but it's beef.
Bologna.
Where's Hickory Farms based out of? Because their stuff is usually good.
I love their stuff.
I don't know.
They actually, whenever I used to work at the mall, Hickory Farms would come in and rent a big old kiosk and sit in there and sell all their stuff. And of course, we got it for free because we were in uniform when we go through and talk and visit with everybody. And man, that is some good stuff. That is. But Christmas time and the holidays, that's really when I put the weight on, because then you got the guy right next to him. He's making like cinnamon and honey nuts and pecans and almonds and
Chicago.
and they're just handing it to you too. And it's hot, and it's warm and it's cold out, and God, it smells so good. Then you got the pretzel maker, he's making the big old pretzels and the pretzel bites and the pretzel dogs, and oh man.
I do have one thing I want to say before we get any further. I want to say everybody pray for Margie. She lost her daughter, and that's just something that a parent just can't handle. It doesn't make sense why your kids go before you do. And I'm praying for her every night until she gets better.
Yes.
I must have missed that the other night. I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't know exactly what was going on.
Yeah. It was her daughter, which is, like I say, that's gosh, I don't even know how you would handle it.
No, prayers for Margie.
This last month has really opened my eyes to a lot of things. Losing 2 aunts in under a month that I was very close to, grew up with, loved them. I lost another aunt this year, 3 in a year. And whenever you go to the services and you see your family, your little cousins aren't your little cousins no more. They're old. We're getting old, and our mortality sinks in. You realize that you're not immortal, and every day we get closer and closer to leaving.
Yes.
And the preacher said something at my aunt's funeral that really caught my attention. He said, let's not focus on engraving names on tombstones, but let's engrave them on hearts. And
Amen.
That made a lot of sense. Try to leave with some integrity and be a person people were proud to know. Be a person that they knew, was honest, a person that would help you. That means a lot.
Amen.
I mean,
Yep.
I've been through hell this last year, and I love my family. I love every one of them. I don't agree with what all of them do, but we have to find forgiveness, and through forgiveness is closeness to God, and to being more godly, we get discernment and a lot of other things. It is very important to be able to see what people around you really are. And that's what the preacher talked about. He said, just because people say they're your friend doesn't mean that they're your friend, because there are so many people out there that will use you for what you can benefit them for. And as soon as they're done with you, they reach their goal. Watch how fast they'll throw you away, because true friends never disappear. They never go away. They're always there.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
And my mom, she's old now. I think she remembers whenever they made dirt, but no, not really. She ain't that old, but she's
I'm waiting to see a flip flop smack him across the head.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Frisbee or flip flops or something.
She's 149 and a half.
Oh,
Okay. Well, that's not bad. She's 49. That ain't bad. 149. She still got a good life ahead.
Oh yeah. But yeah, she made us a good dinner tonight. We had brown beans, fried potatoes, we had corn, we had cornbread. You got to have corn and cornbread. We got to get the corn, and we got all the corn in there, so we was good. It was a good meal. But you know, I'm just going to say something, and people, if the shoe fits, wear it, Cinderella. You have time in your life to change things. Nobody can make you choose a road. You choose that on your own. People can try to show you the way, people can try to show you the right way, but the road you take is your choice. It comes down to you. And don't put yourself in a situation of revenge to where you're lost so much in the hate that you forget what forgiveness is. Because someday somebody close to you may pass away, and you may want to be there to see them, to be consoled by the people that truly love you, your family. I'm not saying either way to do anything. I'm just planting a seed for anybody that may need to hear that. That time and that day will come someday. And whatever side of the fence you're on when that happens is going to dictate a lot of things. And sometimes it's hard for people to say, I was wrong. I've been wrong in a lot of things. I'm not perfect by no means. I mean, I'm wrong a lot. But try to have more rights than wrongs. I think that's important.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Sniffles.
I know I got it bad tonight. I'll be right back. Let me grab something. I'll let you all talk amongst yourselves.
Wait, isn't he supposed to give us a topic first?
Hey, he left.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
now it's the Jesse and Scott show again.
Whoop whoop. All right. So how was your dinner the other night?
Oh, I'll tell you what, it was good, but you only got 4 scallops for $60. 4 scallops,
I hope
$60.
they were good
They
scallops.
they were probably the best I've ever ate.
Okay.
Of course, they were good size, but still, $60. That's
Yeah.
$15 a scallop. I can buy a bag for $15. But
Yeah.
it's not the food, it's the experience. We were 25 stories up. The dining room we were in turns around, so you see the whole city of Louisville, Ohio River, Indiana. It just rotates while you're eating, and you're
That
constantly seeing a different scene.
they have a couple restaurants like that. I think there's one in Washington, and I think there's one like that in Chicago too.
Probably is, yeah. That's at the Galt House here. It's been that way for probably 30, 40 years.
Okay.
But yeah, when Thunder over Louisville happens, which is the biggest fireworks in the USA, people pay good money just to sit there and watch the fireworks.
I bet.
That was
That'd be cool to
beautiful.
watch from up there, yeah.
Scott
Yeah.
sent us videos last year of it, and it was beautiful.
That
Hey, we
Thunder
got a
over
new
Louisville.
listener. We got a new guy, new guy in here tonight. Sam Grisson's first time in here, so
Oh,
Hello, Sam. Welcome.
we're glad to have you. And if you think you can handle us, we'd like to invite you to subscribe. I don't think we're as abnormal here as we are in the other channel, but we try not to be anyway. Some people might question my food I like.
Yeah. A lot of people question.
I'm going to have Scott and Jesse come down someday, and I'll have to make them a big old dinner, big old country dinner.
As long as it doesn't contain chicken feet.
Yeah, our turkey heart.
Yeah, how about you all? How about you all eat it, and then I'll tell you what it was, and you tell me
No.
if you like it or not first.
No.
See, now I can do the hearts because my dad used to put like the chicken hearts in the chicken soup. Those were good. I can handle those.
I love them.
I mean, I like givelet gravy, which is everything that came in the little sack inside the turkey, the liver, the gizzard, and the heart and the neck. all that meat was put into the gravy, and it's good. But I just can't eat a heart by itself. I think Mike could eat it while it was pumping.
Oh.
You know, to me, the organs to me are I like that flavor. If I could eat any organ, you know, like if they said you can't have but just one organ the rest of your life, mine would probably have to be a pressure cooked turkey heart. They are
Wow.
they're it's hard to if you like dark meat. Do you all like dark meat?
Yes.
I like it all.
It's just picture the heart tastes to me like a very, very tender roast. It's a lot like a roast. It's just except for it's very, very tender and juicy. It's not dry.
Yummy. Now I could live on chicken gizzards, fried chicken gizzards, and onion any day.
Oh yeah,
any day.
That'd get me in trouble right there.
You take the gizzard, you put it in a pressure cooker first, and get them tender, and then you fry them. They melt in your mouth.
You know, I think that's one of the things that I miss now that my parents are living in Florida, and I don't have him to cook me certain meals that I grew up on. I think that the chicken soup, because he would make the best chicken dumpling soup. Oh, so good. And yeah, with the chicken hearts in there, and oh, so good.
He would make the what?
Chicken dumplings.
What'd I say?
not chicken and dumplings, but chicken dumplings.
Chicken dumplings.
Chicken dumplings. Yeah.
Yeah, there ain't no and.
Y'all are a little north of the equator.
We're on top of the jet stream.
Yeah.
Down here we're a little more backwoods. We say chicken and dumplings.
No, chicken dumplings. Chicken dumpling soup.
Who's winning, Scott?
I don't know. Vikings is fumbling everything.
Good.
It's 7. Detroit has 7. We have 0, but we're right on the goal line.
So if you start yelling here in a minute, we'll know what happened at Vikings.
I guarantee. Yeah, I don't get crazy, but I love my Vikings.
I'm a lot like what Lawana. Let's see what Lawana says. She said she likes dark. I do too. Lawana, I love the thigh of the chicken. That's my favorite part of the chicken is the thigh.
Yeah, the thigh is the best part of the chicken.
That's my favorite. And I love to take chicken and fry it and barbecue it. Oh man, that would get me in trouble there. I don't know. Do you eat hot sauce with yours?
I can't do hot sauce.
Well, I don't do super hot. I can't. I'm not a person that can. As hot as I go. What is that?
Fish and floats.
Oh,
made with Minnesota Vikings.
That's
purple.
Cool.
Got the face on them. Then I got the cup collection that's 3D. And a bunch of other stuff. I just haven't got my room made up yet because she turned it into a closet before I could turn it into my man cave.
Oh. See, that's what women do. I'm telling you. Every time we have a plan.
Yeah, it made me mad because I had all these plans for my man cave, and I go in, there's a dang clothesline going across the room. I'm like, what's this? Well, I'm using it for a closet. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Did you tell her beforehand what?
Yeah. She was afraid I was going to stay in there and sleep all the time, making my bedroom too.
Well, I found out something that women have selective hearing. I have figured this out over the years.
No.
They're very selective at what they hear.
No,
I mean,
I
think they hear it all, but they only act on a certain percentage of it.
Yeah. I'm letting y'all know I'm shaking real bad because I've been out there shoveling 8 to 10 inches of snow off the sidewalk just before this started.
Well, I'll be doing that after we're done because we're about to get hit with it.
I'm going to work on it all night because it's just unbelievable.
I have to say, I do love my snowblower, though. I got one of those Toro snowblowers. Oh, love it.
Yeah, I don't have a snowblower because we don't really get enough snow in Kentucky for it. But it'd be nice to have one of them torches where you just melt the shit. Melt the snow.
The way they're talking about right now is if it all holds true to what the news is saying, the snow line is going to be Oklahoma and Northeast this year. They said it kind of shifted. So
yeah, I hope it stays that way because I'm too old to be shoveling snow.
Well, that would be you. You're northeast of us.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then it's going on up past Kentucky.
Yeah. It's got a big blue like circle thing. It goes right through like northeast Oklahoma, down through Texas, up through Tennessee, Kentucky, and all the way up.
Yeah, it's like I say right now, we got about 8 to 10 inches of snow, and now on top of that, it's icing, sleet, and freezing rain, and it's just hard to get off your vehicle stuff when you got that crust of ice on it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
My truck's out there running right now. Hopefully, it'll be all melted off. I don't feel like fooling with that.
Hopefully, nobody steals your truck.
Well, if they do, I can't claim it because the keys are in it.
Yeah.
I got the electric start, but it only lasts 5 minutes. That's not enough.
But like Pam wants us to explain our other channel. We have another channel, guys, called Abnormal Investigations and AI Seeking the Truth. I think AI Seeking the Truth is the one that hasn't been banned as much as the other one, but they're both up and running right now if you're interested in checking them out.
I'll do that. I'll check them out.
On the hot sauce, about as hot as I can go is jalapeno. That's about my limit. I don't like anything hotter than that.
No, I don't either. And jalapeno sometimes can be way too hot.
Yeah. Well, it's the seeds. You got to get the seeds out.
I've had jalapenos out of my garden that will literally take a habanero on. I had a friend that eats habaneros raw. And I gave him some peppers. He said he wanted to make some hot sauce and put some in his chili. And he said he was driving down the road and he just grabbed one out of the bag and took a bite. He said he almost wrecked it. It was so hot he couldn't even breathe. He said, "What did you do to these?" And I said, "I don't know. That's just the way they grow in my garden. They grow hot." And then, and not lying, and then you can go grab one off there and it tastes like a good green pepper. And it doesn't have any heat at all, not even in the seeds. So I don't understand why it does what it does, but yeah, you get hot, you get mild ones, no in between. I don't know why it does that.
I do that too. I'll grow the garden, and one year we'll have onions. They'll be so sweet and juicy and so good. And then the next year they'll be so hot and just not even near as good.
I think it's all to the heat and how much heat and rain and all that you have will change anything as far as the sweetness or hotness on a vegetable.
Well, you got to switch up your vegetables too. You can't plant the vegetables in the same soil.
Right. I try to rotate. I've got 2 gardens, one real big one and one that's probably 20 foot by 20 foot. And I try to rotate everything around. But
we don't have any trouble out here. We got plenty of fertilizer.
Well, if I didn't have squirrels like I do, I would have one heck of a garden. But the squirrels literally devour. I put out 30 tomato plants last year and literally got maybe 10 tomatoes during the first part of the tomatoes. I just got too many squirrels, so I bought a BB gun to shoot them, and it has a little scope came with it, like we were talking about, Mike. And the little scope just does not stay in. I mean, I shot at a squirrel and I seen the grass move 10 foot across from him. I'm like, and I had it zeroed in on a quarter. So,
if you get a chance, I bought Hunter a Gamma Whisper.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that thing!
Is that the one Logan's been shooting?
No, his is a Ruger.
Oh, okay.
The
Ruger.
one I got, Hunter
pellet gun?
Huh?
Ruger pellet gun?
It's a BB or pellet.
Oh, I didn't know Ruger made one.
Yep, he has it. And then the one I got, Hunter, it's a Gamma Whisper, and it's the break barrel where it cocks one time.
Yeah.
When you shoot it, it sounds like a 22 when it ricochets. I mean, that thing, and the scope that came with it is dead on. I've killed squirrel, I've killed rabbit with it, and I've shot them out to like 40 yards.
Yeah, I got that Ruger 1022 when it was on sale before Christmas for myself. But I'm in a subdivision, so I can't shoot it even with shorts.
Well, the good thing about that Gammo is it comes with a suppressor on it. It's very quiet.
Oh, okay.
Not that I'm telling you to do anything. I'm just
I was gonna say, yeah.
just telling you about it.
I'm going sniper for squirrels. Go sit on my roof.
It sounds like you need to have some fried squirrel and some green fried tomato.
One of my good friends I work with, he told me anytime I want him to come over, him and his friend will come over with their pellet guns and clear the yard. Now, good thing was three owls moved into our neighborhood, into our trees. And them squirrels just disappeared. The rabbits disappeared. Yeah. And they stayed there for about 3 months. And I was getting tomatoes at the end of the garden. I had a bag full of tomatoes. And I guess the owls were done and moved away. But, man, that was awesome to have them there because they even tried to pick up my rabbits. My rabbits are so big they can't pick them up. They're Flemish.
You're wanting to try green pickled tomatoes.
I love fried green tomatoes.
And you said the pickled ones. I've never tried those, but ever since you brought that up, I want to try those.
Oh, the pickled ones, it's like you get a little bit of that pickle taste, and then you get that sourness of the tomato. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. I got those in Tennessee, in Jonesboro, Tennessee, at a little museum.
I might have to get some of those. That sounds good. Or I usually grow a garden that's a little over an acre. So
anyhow, that's big.
I might pickle some tomatoes maybe this year, and I'll send you all some.
Well, I'll eat them.
I'll send
you. Long as you don't put no dang hot sauce in them or hot peppers.
I can't say I've ever had any pickled tomatoes, but.
Oh, my 8-year-old granddaughter can eat anything hot. She don't care. The hotter, the better. And I just don't understand how people can be that different. But she loves everything hot.
That's how Hunter is.
Yeah.
That's how my daughter is too.
She'll just eat one of them jalapenos like it's nothing. I'm like, how can you do that? And I'll take a little bite at the top of it, and it's one of them hot ones, and she just, I don't know.
Well, Hunter, those super hot chips and all, he'd sit there and just eat them in the car and not even need a drink. Just like, they were good.
Have you ever did the one chip challenge, Mike?
No, Chris did. It's on this channel. Chris done
I thought I saw that. Yeah, you and Kaylee and Sarah need to do it on this channel.
Oh, I probably die. I got a hiatal hernia.
I eat something. Every time I eat something too hot, I start hiccuping so bad I can't breathe. I'm afraid I'm going to die. Yeah. I don't understand why you start hiccuping because it's so hot your body can't. But I do. Yeah. I start hiccuping and I can't stop, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yes. Lisa Ann, I spoke to Randy, and I think he's been busy getting ready for the winter. There's a lot of I think he lives in the country also.
Yeah, he's collecting nuts.
Yeah. He's out collecting squirrels.
Nuts.
Jessie'd have to be careful if she came down here as many squirrels as we got. And them squirrels are always looking for a nut.
Oh, okay. So are we going to talk about survival?
Yeah. I was glad you brought that up too about the barbecue sauce. I've had a ton of people asking me about ordering the barbecue sauce. I haven't even got any of it really made to be able to sell. Me and Kaylee will probably start making some probably next month. But I got a few of them. So if anybody's interested, I have like a few jars. I think we got like 6 or 8 left. I had like almost 80 emails wanting that after the first show.
Well, I guess you better get busy.
And Kaylee's cookies, if she makes them, a lot of people were asking about her cookies also. So
yeah, I want some cookies.
Yeah, it's got that special ingredient.
I heard the Cookie Monster the other night on a show.
Did you?
Anyway, so what kind of cookies is she making?
She calls them cowboy cookies, I think, don't you, Kelly? What are they? Like, what's in them? She's like, cowboy cookies. Yep. She won't tell nobody nothing about them.
Okay. Surprise cookies.
They're
Got it.
made with cow patty.
No. I don't want those kind of
Cow
cookies.
patties with chocolate chip.
And the hair,
pass on those.
the hairs are free. We don't charge for the hairs.
And if you get stuck out in your car in the snow, you can catch it on fire and keep warm till the help comes.
Yeah. It's part of the survival package.
That's it. That's our part of, and then you also get some crayons you can light, for candles. And
Yeah, I'll tell you. I always keep 3 or 4 lighters in my car. Good lighters, full in the wintertime, because that's a good survival. I mean, if you're in that bad of weather, you should be out riding by the woods and stuff. But if you do and get stuck, at least you can start a fire.
Yeah.
yes.
And these people that start a fire and they're like, "Oh, nobody sees me." I'd catch the woods on fire to let everybody know, "Hey, I'm here," before I die.
Yeah.
At least light a tree on fire so they'll come put it out.
I agree, because I've thought about that before. I was like, if I get lost down here and they don't find me, I want to set the woods ablaze.
Yeah, because they'll definitely come to the blaze.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
all you got to do is just follow the fire, and eventually the fire trucks will show up.
Just make sure you're on the other side of the wood line.
Yeah, don't be in front of it.
Don't
Maybe
be in
there
the
should be a
middle or the front.
There should be a disclaimer on this video too.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
We would not do that.
Do not do what we say.
Yeah,
This is all.
do not set the woods on fire.
This is a satire channel.
Well, I'll tell you, if you want to be noticed, just set a tire on fire. That black smoke rises and it's horrible.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's people who used to catch tires on fire and roll them down Main Street when I was younger.
Mm-mm.
That always got the police's attention.
Well, yeah.
I bet.
Police, fire department.
Right?
Helicopters.
Yeah.
Those funny flying things.
Yeah.
So one of my questions I have for y'all tonight is, what is the temperature where you're at right now, so people can kind of know where you're at and what's the temperature where you're at?
30 degrees. Louisville, Kentucky.
27 degrees.
Wisconsin. What
That's
are we
all
right
you
now?
get.
We are
Southeast.
19. We're 19 right now in Northeast Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, Wednesday we're going down to between 8 degrees and 2 degrees. They haven't figured it out yet. So
It says 19, but it feels like 2.
I think we're actually lucky all week. Normally after we get a snowfall, it drops to like negative temperatures, but we're supposed to be maintained in like the 20s.
yeah.
So pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, I think they said that we was going to hit like -2 would be the low.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's like 2 polar blasts coming down. The first one's already hit. Now the second one here in Kentucky will be Wednesday.
Okay.
So I'll definitely be starting the heaters up underneath the house to keep the pipes from freezing. Got one of them wood frame houses with no basement, crawl space.
Oh yeah.
It's horrible.
Tim Wrestler says it's 10 going to be -2.
Okay. And where's Tim at?
Where you at, Tim? Lisa Ann, look at you. She says it's 66 right now.
Okay. Moderators, get her.
Look at Carolyn. She says it's 68, South Florida.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And they'll still complain about it too. The nerve.
Well, yeah, that's cold for down there.
Yeah.
What
Tim's
did
in Kansas. So he's up in the Kansas. They have a lot of corn up there. That's a good state. I like Kansas.
A lot of tornadoes too.
Yes.
And so do you all.
Oh yeah. We lost our roof like 2 years ago.
It's crazy. It's been 2 years ago.
Yeah, went by fast, didn't it?
It sure did. Yeah. It seemed like it was just the other day you were posting half the roof blew off with that storm. Like the tornado came close, but it wasn't right at your house, right? but it came close enough to blow that roof part off.
Hey, Mom, didn't they say? I think Mom's chasing a cat or something. I'm not sure what she took off.
Jesse, what'd you do with your stray cat? Because I don't hear it.
That's why I was late. There was a lady that actually came. I posted it on the Nextdoor app, and
okay.
Really nice lady said that she was willing to take the cat overnight. So
Good.
She took the cat. Yeah,
that's
it was
great.
a really sweet kitty too. I couldn't leave it outside.
Right.
Yeah, I think the tornado went right between our houses. It went between Mom's house and Sarah's house.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, do you all like the cold weather, the snow and ice, or do you prefer warm weather?
That's kind of a silly question.
I love it when it gets down below 30 minus.
Yeah.
I love going outside making igloos.
That's perfect weather. Yeah.
I'm the weird one because I do like cold and snow.
I like the snow if I don't have to go anywhere.
Right. I mean, snow is neat. I mean, it's neat to watch and it's beautiful when it gets done, but I could take 2 weeks of it and then spring could come.
Right.
I have no problem with spring coming. Winter should be 2 weeks.
And I think Jessie said she's going to give free snow angel lessons to anybody that would be interested in making snow angels.
Just won't let that die, will he, Jesse?
I'll be starting at 3 a.m. In the morning, 3 a.m. tonight into tomorrow morning, 3 a.m.
Only 3 a.m. That's the only time.
I'll be posting live snow angel lessons. Yes.
How to protect your camera in a fall.
Yeah, and don't call us during the day because that's when we sleep because we don't work.
I could have swore when that camera went up in there, I saw a Bigfoot face, and it was laughing.
Yeah, I think I did too. I think we may have to go back and review that footage.
Well, like I said, my daughter time-stamped it for y'all, so it's
I
right
swear.
there.
I'm sorry. After I realized you weren't hurt, I went back and watched it 2 or 3 times and laughed and cried.
I can't say anything. I'm like that too. As long as the person's not hurt, I will watch it and crack up every time.
Yeah, I mean, it's called bloopers. I mean, people sit there on YouTube and go to blooper scenes just to laugh.
Have you ever seen the video where the kid is doing that one drink challenge where he's got to drink the whole soda in one sitting? So he's got the 20 ounce. You've never seen those? I don't know if it's a 2 liter or a 20 ounce or what, but he's standing and you can't burp. You got to drink it all and not burp.
Oh.
So this one cracks me up every time. Always. So he goes to drink it and he's drinking it, and he stops and he's got a little bit left, but he doesn't know what to do. And he's like, what do I do? And he's like, can't burp. It's like there. And he freaks out and turns around and he slams his head into a half open garage door. Bam.
Bam.
I lose it every time. It's just the funniest thing.
Hey,
what do I do? Boom.
When they throw the Mentos into the 2 liter and give it to somebody, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Those Mentos will explode in that soda. That's crazy.
I have seen that one. That's one of my favorites. And they got some other ones that come up every now and then. I show Kaylee and she's like, why is that even coming up on your TikTok? That's because you watch that stuff. I think I sent Scott a few today.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I like the chicken laying egg.
That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed this one. I didn't get to see it. Feel left
out. At first, I thought it was real, but
it looked real.
When that guy starts laughing with that all over his face.
He's got feathers glued to his face around his mouth and everything, and he's got it in his mouth, and he spits egg out of his mouth.
It's funny.
It pushes out, goes back in, pushes out, goes back in, like it's trying its best to come out. And then it pops out, and then it shows man's face with the feathers all over it.
That was funny. Sam's from North Carolina.
Love North Carolina. I used to hang out in Kannapolis and Concord. Love that place.
Scott's
in
like
Myrtle
that old
Beach.
song. You're like that old song. I've been around, man.
Not really, but yeah. I don't have too many states under my belt.
I don't either. I've got
It's horrible.
three states.
Yeah.
That's it.
If I hadn't went to Branson, Missouri, I would have probably about 3. But we went to Arkansas, Branson, Missouri. All that was right there together. The Ozark Mountains.
I've been to Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. That's the 3 I've been to.
Yeah, they got Missouri's got the Bass Pro Shops, the ones that make the boats, the Tahoes and the Crackers. They got both plants right there.
Right. And Silver Bullet said, I think it's I've been everywhere, man.
Yeah, I've been everywhere.
But Jesse, you were an Army kid? Your family was, or did you just travel?
My family traveled. So
Okay.
we would take every other year, my parents would plan like the big trip.
Oh, okay.
But then we would camp every summer we were out camping and doing that kind of stuff. And so everywhere from Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin. I don't know if we did a whole lot of camping in Illinois, but camped. Yeah, every summer we camped, and then we'd have the big trips. So I've been to South Dakota. I've been to Maine, New York, Washington, D.C., Rhode Island. I've been to, of course, Florida, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Arizona, Colorado, briefly in New Mexico, traveled slightly through Texas. Well, I went to Texas a couple years ago, but we're not going to talk about that.
Did you cut through Kentucky to get to Florida?
Flew most of the time.
Oh, okay.
I guess we kind of drove through. Oh, been to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
We stopped at Gatlinburg on the way back from when my parents picked me up after boot camp.
Love Gatlinburg. Not the Gatlinburg itself. I love the mountains. Like everybody goes there to walk around the stores and everything. I do that the first day, and then the rest of my vacation there is I'm in the mountains.
Oh yeah. Well, my mom really liked Gatlinburg to the point where they actually planned their last year wedding anniversary. They went to Gatlinburg. Stayed at like a bed and breakfast and spent the week there or something like that. But
yeah. But you've been on cruises too, right? So you've been to other parts of the world.
Yep. I've been to Cozumel. I've been to the Bahamas, Jamaica, Nassau, and a bunch of places down there. Going again in February. Woo-woo.
Did you have a Jamaica sunrise?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. When I was down there originally, I couldn't even drink anyway. So.
Bet she had jerk chicken though.
Yeah.
That's a main staple down there, jerk chicken.
Yeah. I've jerked a few of mine out there when they flogged me.
Was that video you spitting that egg out of your mouth?
Yeah. I'm trying anything to go viral. So my next one I had, and I think this is a good one for everybody, is how do you heat your home? Do you have a backup heat source in case you lose electric? And do you think that people should have alternate heating sources?
If you're in a state where you get a lot of damage from snow and ice and all that, you definitely need a generator, backup generator. Here in Kentucky, we just don't get that much to where you need one. But there's been times where we were in the wintertime, 2 weeks without any electricity. And I had exotic birds and exotic animals, and I had to literally, the only thing I could find was candles at the Myers store. And I bought all the candles they had, and I literally put them all on a plate, and that heated the living room we blocked off the entrance to the other rest of the house, and it literally kept that room warm enough to keep the birds. We got us carbon monoxide and put it inside the living room to make sure. And then, believe it or not, I used a Coleman lantern. The bath was hot because, a gas water heater will work and no fire. Right. So we used that for the bath, and I'd put the lantern, my Coleman lantern, in the bathroom. Thank God it's a small bathroom, and it would heat the bathroom up enough to take a bath and not even be cold when you got out. There were just different things I did. But yeah, if you're in a state where you get a lot of snow or trees down, you can't go wrong with the generator.
Yeah.
And it's probably even important to know where, like, if you live in bad states, to where if you do not have a secondary thing, to know where warming stations are. A friend's house, or some states, I believe the fire stations will allow you, in churches, if you have an emergency, to come there.
Well, yeah, and then I'm not too far off the main road. I'm probably maybe a half mile off the main road, and there's hotels and everything down through there. So, I'm pretty safe where I'm at. If I have to leave, I can leave. But I try to stay and keep the worst thing is the pipeline's freezing underneath the house. Ain't no fun crawling under there and trying to fix cracks in a pipe.
Right.
And another thing that, a lot of people may not know is if you live in the city, some cities have city ordinances that say if it gets below a certain temperature that you're required to bring your animals in or have them shelter with a heating source. So
you better believe it. I've seen somebody arrested on my street where they didn't bring their dog in when it was cold, and somebody called. And they came over, and that dog was sitting out there in the yard, chained to a doghouse, and they got cited big time. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I've got a big English Mastiff, loves it outside. He literally, I bring him in, and he puts his nose to the door like, I want to go back out. And I'm like, no, you're not going back out. But I bring him in when it gets below 30. He comes in every night, but he does love it outside. He's just one of them big old dumb dogs that don't know any different, I guess.
That's the way Mom's dog is, Clyde, in that snow and ice out there. He was laying on his back out there with his legs sprawled out, just laying out there in it.
Well, you got to look, as far as animals, you got to look at all the animals that are out there in this stuff. They're made for this stuff. Mm-hmm. God made them to where they can handle. I mean, I walk outside with my tennis shoes on, and in about 10 minutes, my feet are froze to death. I have to come back in, where a dog can walk around it and never feel that. And, all these animals make it through these horrible conditions. Look up in Canada. I mean, minus 70 degrees, minus 70.
Yeah, but those dogs up there are bred for that, though, too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves it outside. He literally stays outside. He's got a big 50-foot by 50-foot run with a big plush doghouse. And like I say, when it drops down too cold, where I think that, it's uncomfortable for him, but he doesn't think so, I make him come in. Right. But he literally sticks his nose to the back door and pushes on the door. I'm like, you're not going out.
Yeah.
But when he does have to use the bathroom, he will make a bark. It's a real soft little bark for an English Mastiff. It's like woof. And I hear that. It wakes me up, and I'll run in there, let him out, and he'll come back. I mean, he'll stay out. Got to beg him to come back in, but he'll finally come back in.
Yeah. A lot of people, they don't understand too, is they'll say, oh, the poor cows out there, they got to be cold. Cows aren't cold. What the farmers will do is whenever it gets cold, they'll feed extra. And the reason they feed extra is because whenever those cows eat extra, they use that to heat their body.
Yep.
So no, the cows are not cold. The cows are tough. They're made for it. They're a very tough animal.
And it's hard to get your cow in the house.
Yeah, especially if you have 1,500 head of them.
Yeah. And if they freeze, you send them to the slaughterhouse, and we all eat good.
Steak.
Some of you.
Yeah, we know. You don't like the meat that says moo.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
I like them. They're cute. I just don't eat them.
I don't eat too much pork. When it comes to bacon, I can't help it.
Yeah, me neither.
I swear, I think bacon was like probably the best meat there is in the world. It smells good. Oh,
it's not meat. It's fat.
I know.
It's fried fat.
I stopped eating it for a year because somebody showed where they bought bacon and it had a nipple attached to the bacon. And I almost threw up. I said, "Oh my God." And my daughter started laughing because she's big, and she said, well, Dad, I told you you're eating their belly. And I said, but I don't try to think of it that way. I just think of bacon, good. But it literally had the nipple still on the bacon where they sliced it, and I thought I was going to throw up. So I stopped eating bacon for a year. It took me a year to go back.
And bacon's got meat. Bacon's got some meat in it. It's just very fatty meat, but it's like it melts in your mouth.
It's the best meat on the market. I got somebody was selling. I think it was Gatlinburg, and went into the jerky store, and they had bacon jerky. Oh, ain't nothing like it.
I love bacon. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I can't help it.
Make a
Have you guys tried bacon ice cream?
No, but I would try it. I've had the caramel donuts, Long John's caramel with the bacon strip on top. It's not even fair.
And
I love those big old
chocolate covered bacon.
I'd eat it.
Yeah, I'd eat it in a heartbeat. Bacon, bacon, bacon.
Yep. I love BLTs too. Make a big old BLT out of the garden.
Oh my God. Homegrown tomato.
Yeah.
Okay, now I do like BLTs, but I use turkey bacon.
That's not bacon.
It's bacon. It says bacon on the package.
No.
The bacon bits, soybean bacon bits, taste more like bacon than any made up meat.
No.
I'll sit there and eat a whole jar watching TV of those bacon bits.
I love bacon.
I do too. I can't help it. I mean, if God came down and told me in a vision or a dream not to eat bacon no more, I wouldn't eat it. But until He does, I mean, come on, BLT, toasted bread.
A lot of people like chocolate covered bacon in the chat too. They say it's good.
You know, we have a bacon fest here every year. I think it's in Burlington. They do it.
Well, I'm going.
Fest. Yep, everything that you can possibly think of bacon, they got it. Things that you couldn't think of that they would make with bacon, they got it.
Yeah, it's neat how each state has a different thing they do. Like we have Tater Fest. It's in Benton, Kentucky, right there on Land Between the Lakes. And they do the whole day of potatoes. You'll get potatoes fixed every which way you never heard of. And you just walk through town and eat potatoes and meet people. And they have, different games and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty neat that you can go to different states and they have different things like that. Watermelon crawl, I think, where's that at? They do that. They actually do that.
Wow.
Might be down in Tennessee or Arkansas or somewhere, but they actually have a watermelon day.
Huh?
Yeah, watermelon and bacon.
I'd eat it.
I could live on watermelon and bacon. I don't even need cold coffee or nothing. just give me some watermelon juice and bacon.
So does everybody in your all's towns go crazy and buy all the bread and milk and eggs whenever it's fixing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I went to the main grocery store, which is gigantic. It's a super Kroger's. And there's a whole aisle dedicated to bread, buns, and just all bread types, completely empty.
People go crazy.
They think that you cannot get stuck if you're in a neighborhood and you're that close because the streets are going to be cleared immediately, the main streets. It's just getting out of your neighborhood.
Walk, I've walked to the store before when I had to.
I did too. Little Debbie, I spent probably $50 on Little Debbie cakes. I cleared the whole Debbie rack because that's all they had to eat at the gas station.
Little Debbie's and bacon.
Yeah, the Little Debbie's needs to come out with a bacon cake.
It'd probably sell.
Oh, I guarantee it would.
So how's
bacon?
How's the Vikings doing? Are the Vikings?
I don't know. It's on a commercial. I stopped watching it since we started talking about food. Food's more important.
Particularly bacon.
Yeah. You talk about bacon.
So what's one of your all's favorite go-to comfort foods when it's super cold out?
Mac and cheese.
Mm. Chili, hot potato, homemade potato soup.
Chili soup. Yeah. Chicken soup. Chicken Dublin.
I love.
Yes.
Potato soup and chili. Yeah.
Yeah, my
I've been
daughter made, she made vegan. She's a vegan, so she made vegan for Thanksgiving. She made vegan dumplings. And I'll tell you what, they were the best dumplings I've ever had. I literally made her give me the pan of them to bring home, and then she's supposed to make me another whole pan for me. I've never had them that good.
Wow.
I've literally went to all the places down there in Gatlinburg that claim they have the best chicken and dumplings, but ain't nobody ever topped that vegan, whatever recipe she uses. And there's no meat in it.
Well, that's what vegan is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's delicious. I think it's
It's
tofu chicken or something, but you don't even know the chicken's in there. It's just delicious.
I have to say, it's very hard to find good vegan recipes sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've tried, because when I was vegan, I mean, even finding like pancake recipes or it's hard. So
Oh yeah, really is.
yeah, you'll have to give me that recipe. I want to try it.
I'll get it from her and I'll send it to you.
Okay, I'll trade you. I'll send you some Kringle.
Cottage cheese is good in any weather, is what Luana said.
I like peaches on my cottage cheese.
I swear, I got started on that cottage cheese one day. I always looked at it and thought that looked nasty. And one day we had some in the refrigerator. I said, well, I'm going to taste that. It's really, really, it's good. But I ate so much, I got sick of it.
Do you like, I was going to say, do you like the large curd cottage cheese or the small curd cottage cheese?
When I was eating it, it didn't matter. I just think it's really good. It's almost like milk with cheese floating in it.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah.
So you like peaches with your cottage cheese?
Yeah.
A lot of people eat it with tomatoes. Cut the tomato open and make a little bow out of the tomato and throw it in there.
I do remember that. Yeah, like when I would go to the restaurants with my grandma and grandpa, like on the weekends and stuff after church or something, they would order the cottage cheese and it would come with the tomato with pepper. Yeah. I always thought that was weird.
But I don't eat it no more because like I say, I ate so much of it when I was younger. I guess not younger, but 20, 25 through 25, I just got sick of it. And
I like peaches. I don't know if I'd want cottage cheese on my peaches, but I like peaches.
It's good in lasagna.
Cottage cheese?
Yeah.
Or peaches?
Some ranch?
No, cottage cheese in lasagna instead of the, what's the other cheese that everybody uses?
Ricotta.
Ricotta.
Oh, yeah.
See, now, and I guess I'm weird too, because I grew up, we would always use like spaghetti and lasagna and stuff. We would actually eat with our applesauce.
Oh.
Put applesauce on our spaghetti. I'm weird, I know.
Well,
but that's how I grew up.
If it tastes good, it tastes good.
Yeah, it's good.
You can't go wrong with cottage cheese and ranch. You can just about eat that on anything.
I don't know if I'd put ranch on my cottage cheese though.
Yeah, my daughter makes lasagna, my other youngest daughter, and she puts all kinds of meats in it, pepperoni and I don't know, all kinds of stuff. And I just like it just a plain lasagna.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. I don't like all that stuff in it either.
Big loaf of garlic butter bread and lasagna. You don't need all the meats and stuff. I mean, you got to put the hamburger in it and cook it up.
Yeah,
you don't have to put pepperoni. It's like eating a sloppy pizza or something, you know?
Yeah.
I get mad. She said, I made lasagna, and I'll go over and they'll see all that pepperoni and stuff. I'm like, girl, can't you just make regular lasagna?
Moving on. Let's see.
What's up, Giggles?
I'm being good right now, guys. You have to
My truck's been out there running for an hour. I've got to go turn that thing off.
I'm being good, but
I might be out of gas.
Luana's not helping me be good. She's
Luana, what?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, Luana's tempting me to be bad. All right. Oh, Luana. I called her La Mama the other night, so she's probably paying me back now. That's my payback. I'm having a Diet Dr. Pepper tonight.
Ew. Gross.
Yeah, my doctor said the same thing. He said, "Don't drink diet." I'm diabetic, and I was like, I thought I was doing the right thing. And he's like, I would rather see you drink a regular soda.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I shouldn't freeze up in the cold out there, from what I hear. So
Yeah. Body turns that all into formaldehyde.
yeah, keeps me good and flexible out there. We had to go chop ice this morning for the animals. We'll probably have to do that here in a little bit again too. So it's freezing cold outside. There's one fly in the house, which I don't even know how there's flies out. And I'm having to fight him from trying to eat the stuff out of my nose right now.
Oh,
I guess
God.
I guess he's hungry.
That's so gross.
Sorry.
Well, I think everybody lost their appetite now after all that food talk.
Does anybody want some cottage cheese? Or how about some green spinach?
Oh, stop.
I love spinach. You like spinach?
I like spinach. Mm-hmm. I actually prefer spinach on my sandwiches over like lettuce.
I love it so much out of the can. I'll eat the spinach, drink the juice.
All right, Popeye. No, gross.
It's good. It's good for
Oh,
you.
I'll pass.
It makes you tough, makes you strong like Popeye.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I have to have my latte.
With your
Oh,
Arabica
no.
coffee.
Yeah, that stuff will sure hype you up, especially if you don't run it through a filter. It'll go right into your bloodline. Let me tell you, you'll be ready to do just about anything that you need to do. I don't recommend pouring it directly into your cup and then trying to drink it. It hits pretty fast. It don't take it long. I was pretty hyped up that whole night after that.
I bet you were.
It did. It hit me hard. I was like, whoo. Can't be doing that.
Spinach on my pizza. I do like spinach on my pizza too, yes.
She said it reminds her of seaweed.
Well, yeah, the slimy stuff yeah.
But it's good seaweed, Lisa. It's good for you. That's the kind of seaweed.
I like fresh spinach.
Slurp it.
Yeah.
A spinach Slurpee. That will be the next drink.
The only time the spinach should be the spinach artichoke cheese dip, that kind of thing. That's good. Have
Carolyn
you had that?
said something. Read that. Try that.
I've had fresh spinach fresh spinach on my omelets. Fresh spinach with some tomatoes, mushrooms. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I've never tried that.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee likes cold coffee too. She's a cold coffee drinker. I don't like cold coffee.
I like iced coffee.
You like what?
I like iced coffee. Once in a while.
I thought you said you liked ice water in
it. Yes, ice water in my coffee.
I've seen people do that. Or they'll get ice at the store whenever they get coffee.
And put the ice in the coffee?
Yeah. I never did because I like mine hot. I thought that was the whole point in getting coffee was to have it hot to warm you up. Yep. But I think Scott drinks a lot of coffee. I think he's a big coffee drinker.
Yeah, my coffee either needs to be hot or cold. I don't like that in between stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And salted caramel lattes. Woo. Stick your pinky out when you drink it. It's that good.
Good.
It is. I love salted caramel coffee. I hope Jack Frost didn't get Scott.
Maybe he fell in the snow.
Oh, God. He would never tell us if he did. He would never tell us.
Nope, because I wouldn't let him live it down.
I wouldn't either. But of course, I know one of these days I'm going to have a fail, and now I'm just waiting.
Okay, you've been talking about me. I can tell.
No.
I was just
No.
talking about that you like coffee so much you put ranch in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I drink a lot of coffee.
They say coffee's really good for you, though. That's what my doctor told me.
Yeah, they've even did studies where if you have Alzheimer's, it helps with that. For some reason, the coffee stimulates your brain.
It's supposed to help with ADHD too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Coffee's good.
doesn't help with the X, but
Well, when you find something that does, you got to let us all know.
I guarantee it.
So, what was your scariest thing that's ever happened to you in the winter?
I would have to say when the power went out for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I mean that was hard. It was like in the 30s. Went down below 30. It was hard to make it through it. We get so used to the luxury of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I had a buck stove. Those are nice.
Right.
I don't know if it was necessarily the scariest thing, but it was the winter after I had just moved into the house, just bought the house. My furnace went out. I couldn't get it started, didn't know what to do. Of course, so new homeowner, single mom, and I ended up calling my dad. He came over. He couldn't figure it out. We had to have somebody come over and start it up. But I was without heat for it was quite some time because my daughter woke up and was like, "Why the heck is it so cold in this house?" I think it got down to like 45 in the house. It was cold.
Yeah, that's cold.
I think my scariest time was it had snowed, and I decided that day that I was going to go squirrel hunting and rabbit hunting. And it was my fault. I knew better. I didn't take my backpack with me that had my survival gear in it, and I dressed just kind of moderately. It was late in the evening, so I was down in the snow in the woods, and I was tracking squirrels and, hunting squirrels and chase rabbits. And all of a sudden, the wind picked up, and it started snowing. Like, I mean, big chunks of snow, really hard, like whiteout. And I had my sunglasses, so I put my sunglasses on so I didn't get snowblind. And when I started looking around, I noticed that I was chasing squirrels and stuff and wasn't paying attention where I was going. So I was lost. And you can't see the sun because it was cloudy. It was snowing. So I was like, this is bad. I'm not dressed for this. I don't have my backpack. It has my lighter and all that stuff in it, survival gear. Left my phone in the truck on the charger.
Wow.
And it was just me and my rifle. And this is my rifle. And I was out there and I was like, well, I'll follow my footsteps back to the truck, but my footsteps were getting covered up really, really fast by the snow. And I didn't walk a straight line because I was hunting. So I'd been walking everywhere, following rabbits and stuff. So finally I found my footsteps and figured out kind of how to go. And I ended up hitting the road, but I was like probably a half a mile from my truck whenever I finally found the road. So
wow,
that was pretty scary.
Yeah.
Find me out there frozen to a tree like Jeremiah Johnson with my 22.
Tongue stuck to a pole.
Yeah. I love that show, Jeremiah Johnson. Hunter used to get on to me for watching it. He's like, again, Dad? He's like, you know what happens?
Well, when you have a good show that you enjoy watching, you can watch it over and over again. It's fine.
I thought that was just a good show, That was a guy out trying to make it in the woods and trying to survive and trap. And he wanted a 50 caliber and he found it on a dead guy. And just it's a good movie.
There's a few movies that you literally love so much when it comes on, it don't matter when it comes on, you literally have to watch it.
Yep.
As Good as It Gets is one of my favorite movies, Jack Nicklaus.
Yep.
And Predator. The first Predator was, I think, one of the best movies made. I can watch it every time.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty. I watch them every year.
Let's hope you don't watch them all year long, though.
Yeah, I
There's
got them
nothing
on
wrong with that.
Jessie's got them on her playlist.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I thought Jesse's scariest time would have been in winter when she fell and couldn't get up.
I got up.
We're gonna have to get her one of those bracelets. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, you need to make a clip of that video and then put it on here while we're talking.
No.
Yeah,
I'll take it down.
I might have to do that for tomorrow's live.
Edit it out.
on tomorrow's abnormal live, I might have to have that on there as a blooper.
Don't you dare!
I'll tell you, when she fell, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna go back and watch it." I said, "Well, I know she cut it out. There's no way she left that in there." And I go back and it's in there, and I'm like, "Wow, okay."
It kind of looked like she
It's the only thing that's getting me views.
It looked like you spun. It was like,
my Lord, I don't know. The camera went one way, she went the other way. I don't know.
It wasn't me that spun. It was the camera that spun.
The camera was flying up in the air, and then all of a sudden you see all these lines, and I'm like, shh.
My daughter was laughing more at the oof that I made. She's like, "You said oof." I'm like, "Yeah, I did." What we say up here in Wisconsin, oof.
Oof.
That's whenever you were supposed to come back on going, try to get your breath.
A Bigfoot got me. Push me down.
It attacked me. So do you know what the Vikings are right now before we
jump off? It's been 6-10 since the first quarter, and now they're in the third quarter, still 6-10. Minnesota's not winning.
They got time.
Too bad.
Oh yeah, they're still 11 minutes and 39 left in the third. So they just came off a halftime.
Pam wants to know, has anybody ever ate deep fried corn on the cob? All you do is take the silks off the corn, put the shucks back up around it, and then you deep fry it that way. It's amazing.
Nope, I've never had it, but I think they do it at the fair. No, they roast it. They roast it at the fair.
I love roasted corn on the cob. Love it.
I don't know what that corn is called, but it's like Mexican corn, street corn or something.
Corn in a cup?
No, it's Mexican street corn. They put like mayonnaise on it and all kinds of seasonings.
It's a corn cup. Corn in a cup. Yep.
I guess that's what you call it in Wisconsin.
That stuff is good.
I think we called it Mexican street corn.
That's what we call it. Yeah, so good. I mean, you wouldn't think mayonnaise on corn would be good, but it's with the spices, it's really good.
I love me some
cob fresco.
Oh yeah, I love me some cob on the corn.
Oh
that's one of my favorite things to have. I'm probably just gonna grow nothing but corn in my pasture and my garden this year.
Sounds like a plan.
You'll have a lot of dog man walking around in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love the corn. Children of the corn, man. Dog man of the corn.
Yeah. I'm going to get me a scarecrow and hang out there too. I'm going to dress it like, what's that movie? That
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers.
Ain't my scarecrow.
That ain't my scarecrow.
Oh Lord, I don't know. That movie was good, the first one, but it was sort of corny.
What'd you think about the school bus one? That was corny, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't watch very much of them after the first one. When they tried to scare you with all the body skins on the ceiling, I'm like, oh, come on. Mike's gone.
I'm wondering how many corn puns we can make throughout the end of this show.
Oh, Lord. Mike's gone out to get a corn cob.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Shucks. Oh, shucks and silk.
Whenever he was throwing that throwing star thing made out of kids' bones and stuff, I was like,
yeah.
And then he would wink at him, Hey, Sharon, guys in
Hi,
here.
Sharon.
Well, Sharon's here.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Sharon, what's your temperature, Sharon?
And where are you located, Sharon? We need your address.
Louisiana. Louisiana. She's a good farmer.
Because that's Cajun Sharon.
She has a big garden, I think.
Yeah.
Farmer's market.
I can't think of that guy's name right offhand, but I'll watch him down there in Louisiana. He used to be one of them gator hunters. He's got a cooking show now where he cooks on the Blackstone. You know who I'm talking about? Wears the coveralls. Had the dog that used to go out with him all the time. He used to buy his dog the cupcakes. I can't never think of his name. Bruce Mitchell. Bruce Mitchell.
Well, I'll remember that name because that was my brother's name.
Really?
Yeah. Bruce.
You need check him out, Bruce Mitchell. He cooks on Blackstone. He's a gator hunter too, and man, he makes some food Louisiana style. It looks so good, just make your mouth water. Uses a lot of corn.
Did Sharon put where her temperature down there in Louisiana is?
I don't think she shared it with us yet.
Yeah, 71, hot and rainy right now, South Louisiana.
Man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
I'd take some 71 right now.
I would too. I wouldn't have to be shoveling snow off everything.
I'd be out catfishing.
Yes, that's what we need a lot more of on this channel. You out there in nature fishing and fixing the farm up.
That's what I'm getting ready to be doing. I might even let y'all see me out there sun tanning because I try to get a good farmer's tan at the beginning of the year.
We'll see your hand hanging out the window of your car.
Yeah, and get my cutoff coveralls on, and then I wear my cowboy boots with them.
He'll have that country boy tan on his left arm.
Yeah, that's how you do it right there.
Mm.
We used to always laugh about that when we was younger because it's really what we done hauling hay. You got your arm out the window because the trucks didn't have no air conditioning.
Oh no.
And our air conditioning was as fast as you could drive with the wing open. And we would always sunburn on the side of our face, our left shoulder, and our left arm was always the worst, And oh my God, you'd be hauling hay and you'd be on the trailer and they'd be throwing it up to you. It would never fail. You would have the worst, because in the beginning of summer is when you got your worst sunburn. Then after that, you just tan. But it never failed. You'd have that bad sunburn. And some idiot would throw a bell and would hit you in the arm and scrape right down your shoulder.
Gosh. Yeah.
It makes me want to just grab that hay hook and just hook him. that hurt so bad. I was working with a kid. We was hauling hay. He lied to us. And we would have hired him anyways. But he was one of them that knew it all, had the dip in and, oh yeah, I've done this before. And, was like, okay, well, if you've done it. So we had him on the on the ground, hooking the hay and then throwing it up to the guy in the truck, hooking it, and then another guy stacking it on the trailer. It was like the third bell. He goes and swings that hay hook and stuck it plumb through the calf of his leg.
Wow.
I mean, in one side and out the other.
Hmm.
He went to squealing and hollering, and he wouldn't even let go of the damn hook. He was like pulling his leg up. They was like, let go of the hook. He was like,
did you put him out of his misery, Mike? Oh, Lord.
the only place where we laugh at people's misfortunes. So I unhooked the trailer and finally got the truck turned around where I could run over him. No. I did like that lady, the neighbor from hell, ran over him and backed over him to make sure he didn't.
She wanted to make sure she did her job.
But no, one of the guys in the back of the truck.
We've lost Jessie. She's out of it.
Yeah. One of the guys in the back of the truck was yelling at him. He's like, and his exact words were, let go of the hook, dumbass, because he's ripping his muscle, pulling on
Oh
that.
yeah.
But he was in shock, and I guess he was just freaked out. So the kid jumped out of the back of the truck and about said his name. And he ran over there and he punched him and knocked him down, almost knocked him out. And they pulled the hay hook out and then wrapped his foot. They took we wore what they called back then. And this is not what we call them. And I do not say to do this, but this is just what we called our t-shirts back then. They were called wife beaters is what we called them. And we would wear those. And he took his off, and it made a really good tourniquet. They tied it around his leg because of that stretchy material they're made out of. They got it tied all around his leg, loaded him on the tractor, and drove him up to the house. The whole time he was going, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And the guy that was riding with him kept telling him, you might die. You might. And I was like, no. Don't tell him he's going to die. He's
Last thing you want to tell somebody that's in panic mode.
Yeah.
I never seen him again. I don't think he hauled hay anymore.
No, I don't blame him.
I wonder why.
Probably couldn't use that one leg. He didn't want to injure the second one.
It just missed the bone and went plumb through. I mean, plumb around. But he was pulling his leg up. He was like pulling his leg up and down.
It's like getting a fishing hook hooked into you, and it goes all the way in and comes around. No fun.
Let's just say he set the hook. And,
he sure did. Bet he didn't know. Bet he didn't know everything, like how to pull it out and do all the good stuff and fix it up and stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a tetanus shot.
He's allergic to hay now.
He's probably allergic to work now. He's like the rest of us now.
We need to do an interview with him on this channel.
Yeah. You remember that time you thought you was going to die? We all laughed at you.
Funny thing is, the guy punched him in the face to knock him out so he'd get the hook out of him.
And the bad thing was it didn't even knock him out. It just like half knocked him out because he was still like laying there going,
Could you imagine if we had phones back then?
Oh, God. But back then you were supposed to be tougher than what they expect you to be now. Whenever you went to work with a farmer, if you told him, I can run a tractor, I can run a disc, I know how to blade, I know how to cut, I know how to, all. They believe you and they didn't question you because they figured, that you knew what you was doing. I'll tell you one more funny story before we get off here.
I don't know. I don't think Jesse can take no more funny stories.
I'm not going to say no names yet until I talk to somebody, but we was out in the garden. I had a guy come over and he was going to disc the garden for me. So he comes it's a big old tractor. It's got the double tires in the back. And he says, yeah, it won't take me no time to do this, but his hydraulic line was broke. So he needed us to help him lift it up a little bit so he could hook it in. So we hooked it up. And when we got it pushed up, he said to my buddy, I guess my buddy'd never been around a tractor. He's like, you got to move your feet. Don't leave your feet underneath that when we hook it up, because when I pull that hydraulic, it's going to smash it on the ground. Well, he didn't pull his feet back. And whenever it started, he pulled that hydraulic and it set down right on his foot. Wow. And he was standing there going, woo! I mean, he was rocking. The guy in the tractor couldn't hear him because the tractor was loud. It was one of them old ones that had the old pipe in the front,
Oh, yeah.
So he's sitting there screaming with his foot caught under the blade. And the farmer, he's an old guy. He's like in his 80s. He's grinding the gears trying to get the tractor to take off. So I'm trying to slap him to tell him don't take off, because if he took off, he'd rip his leg off.
Oh, yeah.
And finally, I hit him on the back, and he saw him and turned the tractor off. And then he started laughing. He goes, I told you to move your leg. But if he would have got it in gear, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
Farm equipment is nothing to play around.
Yeah, I don't think a wife beater would have saved him on that one.
No, not at all. And that's just what we call the same thing, white Peter, but it's just a white tank top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just I don't even know what you call them. They're just the ones that fit real tight. We would wear
Yeah,
those because
a white. It's like a T-shirt with no sleeves.
Yeah, because the T-shirts, they were kind of floppy, and you didn't want them to get caught in machinery. So
Right.
you'd wear the tight ones because
Mm-hmm.
you get your shirt caught around one of those hydraulic hoses, that's going up and down, or you get it caught around the drive line. Ooh, man, that'd be bad.
Yeah, the place I worked at before I retired, a girl was working there and had a loose T-shirt on, and she was over the big drill press. Comes down, drills a big hole into a piece of cast iron, and her T-shirt got caught on that spinning thing, and it literally ripped. Luckily she fought it, but it ripped the shirt completely off of her. If it would have pulled her in there, she would have just been twisted all up. I mean, there's nothing you can do.
What wasn't there a movie something about called like Man in the Moon or something, where a guy fell underneath the tractor or something? A girl was in love with the two brothers or something, and
I don't know. It might only be a premiere in Oklahoma.
yeah, I think it was called Man in the Moon with the wife beater.
Man in the Moon. Wasn't that the Jim Carrey movie where he was? What was his name? No, I can't think of it.
No, this was a love story. It was a girl that fell in love with like two guys. I don't know if they were brothers or not. And she didn't know which one she loved the most, and they were trying to, pretty much fight over her, I think. And then one of them ended up dying in a tractor accident. Yeah, Emmy knows. Yeah, and one of them dies in like a tractor accident.
Oh yeah, The Man in the Moon.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon.
I was thinking of Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. Oh, Lord.
Is that like playing Bloody Mary?
Wrong channel, Mike. Wrong channel.
Well, Scott, you want to walk us out of here? I ain't got nothing more, and you probably got to shovel snow and watch your game and drink some coffee.
Yeah, I've got to get snow off the truck and get it moved around to where I can use it if I need to.
And your boat.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for showing up tonight. Thanks for all the support. What are we going to start doing this maybe weekly?
Yeah, I think we should try to. I like doing this channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you on the next one if we get something set up to where we can be all here at the same time on a day, Sunday. It don't matter to me, whatever day, but just thank you all for your support.
Yep.
And Margie, I'm still praying for you. And I believe LaWanna said that she had the same thing happen to her. I believe it was LaWanna. And if it is, I'm praying for you too, because there's no way you can, it's nothing you can handle without God being there with you.
That's true.
Over.
I'd like to say yes, thank you everyone for being here tonight, and making it through these disgusting boys. Sorry, I'm apologizing. So thank you everyone for being here, and hopefully we will see you all again next week for some more entertainment. Over.
I tried to get Mom. I was going to put Mom on here, but she's heading out. I don't think she want it. You want on, Mom?
Yeah, put your mom on.
She said no, not this time.
This is a family channel. We need to see your mom, Sarah, Chris, Kaylee.
Yeah. Get them all on here.
Yeah.
I don't know where Kaylee's at.
I think we could do the Brady Bunch thing on the different windows. We have at least 9 windows.
Yeah, we could do it. Well, we got more than that now because no, I don't pay for this one. I pay for the other one. I guess we could all go on abnormal if we got crazy enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I want to thank all of y'all for showing up tonight, hanging out with us. I don't know about y'all, but I honestly enjoy this channel a whole lot. It's a lot more relaxing to me. It's less stressful to me. Feels like hanging out with family. But with that being said, tomorrow night, Scott, Jesse, and I are going to be. I went back to my roots a little bit tomorrow night. I done an investigation on a family that went through a lot of different things, and we're going to explore and see if we can come up with at least a good theory to what we think may have happened. you're not going to want to miss that one. It's going to be a really good one. I'm digging deep into it. I've investigated the coroner reports and everything, so it should be really good. With that being said, I'd just like to go back and say, remember, sometimes when we get mad at somebody or we feel like we may hate somebody, there's always people around to fuel that fire.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you sit back and you evaluate the situation and you really look at how minute it is, and I would even go as far as to say, look back to your childhood and try to figure out how did it get to where it's at right now.
Right.
Because no matter what's going on in anybody's life right now, it wasn't your family that got you to where you're at. It's going to be outsiders because they don't have anything to lose. A day is going to come when we're going to lose loved ones, we're going to lose friends, and tomorrow's not promised. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now where tomorrow is actually probably less promised than it was 10 years ago.
Right.
Get your life straight, do the right thing. Don't miss out on things, because the one thing we can't get back is time.
Right.
And
definitely family.
That's it.
Family needs to stick together no matter what happens. Family needs to stick together and not go against each other.
And if you have trouble with your family, don't take it to an outside source. Keep it within your family, because there are so many people out there that will give you a million words of advice, and then you turn around and look at their life, how they're living,
right?
And then ask yourself, is this really somebody that should be giving me advice?
Right, and they'll give you bad advice just to get you to mess up.
Oh yeah, definitely. I believe that 100%.
Yeah, jealousy is a evil thing.
It is. And I'll even say to myself, meaning myself, we can all do better. All right, guys. I want to thank you all for being here. Love each and every one of you. Hunter, I love and miss you so much. I hope that you're liking what we're doing with your channel and I don't get fired and I still have a job when you come home. I miss you to the moon and back, to Bass Pro and back is what we used to say. He'd always say, I miss you to Bass Pro and back. But I miss you and I love you, guy. I would never be where I'm at without you. He was a big encouragement to me. Still love him. He's still an encouragement to me. Light it up with purple hearts for him, guys. We'll see you on the next one. God bless everybody. Hope y'all are well, and we'll see you on the next one.
Good night.
Night.